Hey, what's up guys, it's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back at again with a double Prince Goblin Giant bait deck. You have a ton of log and zap bait with the Spear Goblins, Goblin Gang, bats, and also the charges of both princes. I currently love Fireball in the meta with Goblin Giant because if your opponent has Electro Dragon and the Goblin Giant's able to lock on top of it, all you have to do is really Fireball and it's immediately dead. Fireball also comes up super clutch against people that run Magic Archer, and as you guys know, it's one of the strongest cards in the game, so many people are going to be running it. This bait deck catches a lot of people off guard because not too many people play it. There is, however, one guy at number 20 in the world that consistently plays this deck, and I just picked it up and I love it, so let's go jump straight into some games and assert some dominance with it. Before we get into today's games, if you guys aren't already using code SirTag in the Creator Boost shop, make sure to do that. It supports me and I appreciate it a lot.
So we got a game here. This guy's going to go for Royal Ghost. We already know it's Pekka. As soon as we see that, it has to be Pekka. There's nothing else that he's even probable right now. So maybe we can just go in for a Dark Prince on top of the Bandit so then it doesn't dash all over us. And I'm debating whether or not to go in for Goblin Gang on the right because he's going to go in for an Electro on the left. Then he's forced to zap the right. And we're in a really good spot now. He decided to go and zap the Dark Prince instead of zapping the Spear Goblin. So we're going to get some chip there. And he wasn't able to hit the Dark Prince the entirety of the Goblin Gang. So he was forced to zap either the Spear Goblins plus the Goblin Gang, Stab Goblins, or the Dark Prince. And we're just going to go for a zap here. I don't want to play too aggressive. I just want to go and cycle Spear Goblins because it's one of the most obnoxious cards. He can't do anything about it. What do we do here? I'm thinking we play pretty aggressive and then we rely heavily on our bait on defense. I think it's going to be hard for him to break through the bait. I think that this Goblin Gang is going to be more than enough. So we're going to go drop that right now. He doesn't have a Royal Ghost in cycle. His Magic Archer is pretty far back. And if we're able to just clean up this... Oh my gosh, it is 100% getting cleaned up here, sir. We can go for a Dark Prince to eat the Magic Archer as well, so he's even more pissed. And then we take no damage from the Pekka. We take very little damage from that Magic Archer. And I think we're in a good spot. Despite him having Magic Archer and Zap and Royal Ghost, I think this is a matchup that you can circumvent and actually win if you play correctly. So I just want to get back to cards that are chipping away on his tower, so... Going to go and cycle my zap here. I'm not going to play too aggressive. See, when he cycles his bandit like that, that means that I can go for a prince. And the prince is not going to get countered on offense right now. It's going to be very hard for me to defend this. Because he doesn't have the bandit to negate its charge. So he's going to have to drop so much more than he originally wants to. So I can go in for a Goblin Giant here just because it's going to be able to tank for my bait units after. And he's forced to Pekka. So then we can just go in for bats. And then we can go in for a Dark Prince. And go in for Spear Goblins on the right. So it's going to be very difficult for him to deal with. I can probably Fireball the Magic Archer as well, just so that he's not going to have that to support his Pekka anymore. Then we can Goblin Gang here. So notice how I played that. I played that really smoothly. We can go for a Prince again. So then we pull the Pekka and we pull the Bandit. That was a double whammy, dude. That was nice. That was crazy, actually. I'm really proud of that one. We can probably just go for Bats and then Spear Goblins, and then he's going to go for a Zap on the Bats, but then the Spear Goblins stay alive, and then we kill it. Man, every prediction that we've made has been on point, and that's what you need to do to play against this matchup. If you want to beat this, you have to know what they're going to do ahead of time. You make the play, and you get a positive elixir trade, because this deck actually does beat Pekka if you play it correctly, and that was just really clean, man. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. So we're going to go for Spear Goblins. We see Skeletons cycled in the back, and we also see Miner, so this could be a Balloon cycle deck, or it could be Miner Control. I mean, one or the other. Most Miner Control decks are running Ice Spirit instead of Skeletons if they're running one or the other. But he's going to probably drop something in front of that, so let's go for a Fireball. Yep, he does drop the Night Witch in front. So we see Magic Archer, we see Miner, we see very fast cycle. This is kind of weird. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time. It could be Giant Miner. That wouldn't be super surprising anymore. We have to zap that, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would have gotten way more damage than that. Night Witch would have hit my tower, and we can't have that happen. That would be 200 damage for free, essentially. Okay. Spear Goblin survived, and it got some chip as well, so we're in the lead. So we need to save the Fireball for the Miner. I'm going to go for Spear Goblins just for some early chip, and if he drops something in the back, then he's going to have to drop something in front of the Giant. So that's really clean. Because now we can Goblin Giant same lane, just eat the Magic Archer, and save our Fireball. Magic Archer is probably going to lock onto the Goblin Giant here, not hit the tower. Then we can Prince. So our timing was really prime. I think our best play is to go for Bats here, and then zap as soon as possible. So then we're able to kill those Bats and get the Spear Goblins locked onto the tower. Okay, that was well worth it. So 2 Spear Goblins hitting the tower. He's going to log, and then we can go for Spear Goblins immediately as soon as he drops the log. So we're able to kill his bats from the Night Witch. I don't think that we're going to get a Prince hit on the tower, but it's pretty close. I want a Goblin Gang here. I think he has log and cycle because he just dropped it earlier, right? Oh, he's got log and zap. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I have to go for a Dark Prince to finish that off, and it will tank for the Goblin, so we're able to kill it. But wow, this is a very hard counter. For him to have log and zap and a fast cycle with Magic Archer is not good. I mean, the Magic Archer is fireballable, but log and zap is really, really tough to play when you're running a bait deck, you know? Let's go Prince in the back. And I think we've outplayed him so far. Definitely have, with having the Goblin Giant tank for the Magic Archer in some situations. Consistently drops out in the back. He's going to get fireballed. I need to zap this. The Goblin Giant's going straight towards his tower. He did just log. So when they log and then they zap the Goblins, then the Stab Goblin still survives. So you need something in front of it, like the Prince. The Prince is going to keep them alive a little bit longer. They're going to be cannon fodder, actually, for the Night Witch. Just going to go in for Spear Goblins off to the side. If he zaps it, then we'll go in for Goblin Giant front. We're still going to do it anyway. I think we Fireball here. Just so the Prince goes directly towards the tower. Oh my gosh, give it to daddy, buddy. Let's get it. Are we actually going to beat a triple spell deck? Double small spells? That's insane, dude. I would 100% give him the matchup advantage, but we asserted dominance all over him. That was a really clean win. Let's keep moving on to the next game. And hopefully we don't play against people with log and zap in the same deck. That was kind of tough. All right, we got a game here. We're going to sauce out a good luck here. We're going to see what's up. Definitely want to go for a cycling of zap just to see what he's got before we make any big plays with our Prince. Okay, he's going to go in for Magic Archer. We're not going to fireball that. I'd much rather drop a Prince. It's going to two-shot it, and then we can easily just get counter push with that. He's going to drop Mega Minion, but he needs to drop Skeletons or Zap or something. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, Magic Archer right out of the gate at the river, and then Mega Minions right after that. This guy's wild. I'm going to go slow roll a Goblin Giant in the back, eat one hit from that Mega Minion, and it's not going to be a problem. So he's got Night Witch. He's 100% got Elixir Golem. No other person would ever play that poorly and then not have Elixir Golem, right? So, okay, he's got Golem too. Alright, well, I guess that's also a possibility. We need this Goblin Gang here. If we're able to kill the bats, then we're thriving. We just need to spam at the river because he's going to go and try to spam at the river as well. Our Swarm does way more damage than his Swarm, so we are in a great spot if he doesn't have a Barb Barrel to clean that up. I don't even think I need to zap. I think I can just Prince on top of that and we're fine. I should be able to just Prince here and then get more counter push because he's forced to drop a Mega Minion. Remember, he dropped Mega Minion last time. It got a connection. It's getting a lot more than just one connection here, buddy. That's going to get one hit with a charge and then another. Give me another one. So I could go for a Goblin Giant here and kite that to the opposite lane, but it's better for me to just chill. I don't want to drop my Goblin Giant too early right now. It's only going to be one hit, so it's not too big. And then I think he's going to go in for a Golem. And if he Golems on the left, we would have lost the tower and we would have pushed right into him. So we're trying to go for Goblin Giant on the other side, so then we get a lot of Elixir from our opponent. So that's a Poison and a Night Witch. That's 8 Elixir already. And if this Night Witch just dies to like Spear Goblins, then we don't really have to worry about it at all. Could also go in for Bats here as well. That's a pretty decent alternative. Okay, so I want to go in for Spear Goblins. I want to go in for a, I would say Prince in front of this. Because we have Bats, we have Spear Goblins, and we have a Prince coming at him. And I don't think he can defend this adequately. If we Fireball that Electro Wizard... Oh my gosh, what is happening in this game? I don't understand what's happening at all. This guy is insane. I don't even believe that I'm at like 6 or 7 wins right now. Like, what's happening here? This will be my 7th win if I win it. I can't believe he's playing like that. We can just go in for our Goblin Giant and take that tower. Everyone's going to be roasting me about my luck, about the people I play against. It's insane. But I guess Golem players really do this sometimes. We're just going for double Princes. Okay. All right. This deck does make sense more. Because he's got Healer. And he's got Night Witch. I feel you, dude. I see how you got this high. We can easily just defend this with a Dark Prince. It's literally just Fireball bait with Golem. It's abusing all the overpowered cards in the meta right now. And he's just spamming everything at the river. You love to see it, right, guys? You love to see the skill. At least he didn't take a tower. It would be kind of sad if he did, playing that way. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you. I can't believe he just did that. Every single card was at the river. He stacked up so much Fireball value, and that was one of the easiest games ever. So we're going to go for Goblin Gang right out of the gate, and this guy's going to go in for a Night Witch. So when we see Night Witch, we already know we're playing against an Elixir Golem Savage. So let's go for Spear Goblins in the back. Maybe he zaps them or snowballs, so then we can get free bats. If not, then he's just going to lose it. So we'll go for a Dark Prince on the right, and we're going to go for bats here because he dropped his baby dragon. Okay, Electro Dragon it is. All right, the brave souls that run Electro Dragon in this meta. Kappa, he's going to have Elixir Golem for sure. So I think that we have to spam him pretty hard on the left-hand side since his Electro Dragon and his baby dragon are out of cycle. Wow, he's going to have even more splash damage with Magic Archer, so this is going to be a bit sad. But we do have Fireball to swiftly eliminate that, so maybe the Spear Goblins are able to get some chip on the tower. And we do actually get a lot of damage, 201 to be exact, for an even Elixir trade against the Magic Archer. So the unfortunate thing in this matchup is I think that that's going to be most of my damage in the left-hand side for the rest of the game, because he probably won't cycle his Electro Dragon after he saw that we're going to have like a giant deck. He probably wants to save that on defense. So for that reason, we're just going to go for Spear Goblins. We'll see what else he does. What do we want to do here, man? Maybe he's just like Dark Prince. I think we have to go in for like a Goblin Giant to go and pull the Night Witch and its bats. Wait for the Electro Dragon to lock on and then drop our bats here. So then we can kill that. We still might lose our tower, but I think this is going to be the best way of defending possible. I don't think there's anything else I could have done better than that. Pulling everything to the other side and then trying to get bats on top of what we needed to. We can get a Prince down on top of that Magic Archer to kill it. And I should get my Elixir surplus really soon. I don't think he has Electro Dragon back in cycle right now, so that Prince might connect. Okay, he's going to go in for a Night Witch. That's really clean for me. So we can just go for Spear Goblins to go and pull. And then we can get back to another Goblin Giant here. Since we have a Goblin Gang coming at him, and we have a lot of spam coming at him, maybe we can Fireball his Electro Dragon. Okay, he's going to go in for a Baby Dragon Tornado. That's going to clean up everything for us. This matchup is not ideal, but I think it is winnable if we outplay him heavily, so maybe we can do it. He's going for another Dark Prince here. I think he's going to go Electro Dragon. We'll see what he does, though. He does. So we got to go for bats on the other side, and maybe we go and push the other lane. We'll see, though. I was thinking that maybe I go in for Goblin Giant there. I didn't want to Prince immediately. I think that would have been a really tragic time for me. I'm going to Fireball all this, probably. I can't hit the Night Witch, can I? Unless we... Okay, we pushed it into it. That's really clean. It's probably an Elixir Golem, so we're going to have to zap that. Wow, dude, you're skillful. Dang. Imagine being able to do that play. So when you go for Spear Goblins off to the side, and probably need to Fireball this when the things pop. It's going to Fireball as well. So we do kill that. Alright, we're still very much alive, boys. For now, at least. Yeah, this is a tough one. I think this is one of the hardest matchups in the game for this deck. I think this is the hardest matchup in the game for this deck. So if you lose this one, don't feel too bad about it. It is just incredibly, incredibly difficult to play. As you guys saw, I don't think I could have done anything different. I think I played that best possible way. Pulling everything to the opposite side, isolated an Electro Dragon, doing a tower trade. Even getting a tower in this matchup, I think, is a feat that you guys should be proud of. GG, well played, peace out. It was just a brutal matchup. We're going to go for Spear Goblins here. We're going to see what's up. We're going to see what's good. That is my favorite play at the start of the game. No matter what, that's always what I cycle. If I have it in hand, that is. So I'm going to go for a Dark Prince in the back, and we're going to see what he does. I need to save my Prince because it's going to be a higher damage unit, so I don't want to drop that defensively and then have him go opposite lane. That would just feel miserable, right? So I cycle that, and then he goes in for, let's say, a spicy Elixir Golem opposite lane, and I don't have damage per second. I'm kind of screwed. So he's got Wizard, and he's got Pekka, and he's got Zap. So this is going to be a fun one, guys. I'm ready for the log down the middle. If he does it, I'm just going to cry right now because I would have to Prince. Maybe he tornadoes this? Or he's got like, yeah, okay. We knew. We predicted it, man. I knew he would do it. He's so aggressive. He's so feisty. He's unruly. He can't be tamed. The savagery is unprecedented here. Yeah, he's got Log Zap, Tornado. Oh my gosh. With Pekka, I think this deck is just made for me, man. It's made to counter me. Let's see it, buddy. What else are you going to do here? I think we just go for a Dark Prince right on top. So now that we know that he doesn't have Elixir Golem, we can start cycling our Princes a little bit more, I don't know, just capriciously. We don't always have to have that in our hand. We can zap that just so. I don't think it gets a hit. I think the tower hits it before because Electro Wizard's rate of fire is really low. It's not like a Dark Goblin or a Flying Machine. No matter what HP, it's always going to get damage on your tower. So just going to zap that. That's pretty good. So I'm faced with the situation of, do I want to cycle my bats or do I want to cycle Prince? I actually want to go Prince here. So I think I can Goblin... I could do this. I think I can Goblin Giant into him and have the Prince alive and do a lot of damage to this Pekka to the point that it's not going to give him any value on counter push, really. This is a pretty risky play, but I think it's well worth it if I'm able to fireball on top of the Pekka, the tower, and the wizard as well. And then if he continues to spam, we just zap it. We'll see what he likes to do. I'm going to zap it anyway, just so the wizard doesn't get any damage. It's better than dropping like... Wow, okay. He's got so much spell removal. This is going to be miserable. I think we have to go Spear Goblins really far back. So then if he zaps or whatever, the Spear Goblins on the left don't get all hit, and then we can clean it up. Spear Goblin's rate of fire is really low, so that's unfortunate. I think we could go all in on the left here, just because he's not going to have much elixir. We should be able to get bats down here, and then Goblin Gang, so then he can't support this at all. Should be able to just kill the Pekka with measly amount of elixir here. Going for Spear Goblins up high, and then go Dark Prince shortly after. Okay, he's going to get a hit on the tower, but that's not the end of the world. We should be able to take out his right-hand side and his left-hand side with ease. So you guys noticed how I just went balls to the walls with aggression with no care in the world because I knew that I would take the tower. Even though it seems like a play that's difficult to make or a risky decision, if he spends all of his elixir on the right-hand side, if you go for a Prince plus a Goblin Giant, that's too much elixir for him to defend when he doesn't have Pekka and Cycle. So you can always make that play. Peace out, Girl Scout.